weren't too many stories on deadline day, to be brutally honest, were they? And the ones that there were principally loans. I mean, obviously, Nico Gonzalez going from Porto to Manchester City, around £50 million. But the others, Matisse Tell, Ben Chilwell, Mario Asensio, Axel Disasi, they're all loans. There were, of course, some winners, potentially, in the window, and potentially some losers as well. Villa might be a side who are deemed to be winners in that transfer window. Arsenal, no transfers at all. Second consecutive January window, which sees Mikel Arteta sign no one despite being in the title race at the time. Do you think that's a mistake? Coisty, should they have gone out and tried to sign a striker?
Time will tell, but yes, that's the answer. In my opinion, not for the first time. I think they should have gone to sign a striker, Jeff. And it's, as I said, it's a probably difficult thing to say after you beat one of your biggest rivals 5-1 and are very, very comfortable, particularly the last half hour. But I just think they're crying out for a now centre forward.
Yeah,
I'll stand by Havertz. I've always said he's a good player, and I genuinely think he's a terrific footballer. But he'll score as many goals coming off the left or off the right or as a 10 as he will as a centre forward. Simple.
Let's hear from an Arsenal fan. Zach's given us a call. Morning, Zach.
Yeah, morning, Jeff. Morning, chaps. How are we?
Great, Zach. How about yourself? What do you think? You've been disappointed? No activity at all?
Yeah, very disappointed, chaps, to be honest with you. I think my sort of resounding sentiment really is that I feel like they've sort of failed Arteta really, because he's been calling out for attacking reinforcement all January, especially in particular since the injury to Gabriel Jesus. But I just think it's negligence really on the club. I appreciate and I understand that it's difficult to do business in January. We've obviously got our sights set on a marquee centre forward signing, which, as Danny says, everybody can see we're crying out for. And I understand that it's going to make more sense probably to do that in the summer, where we could, if it's a Šeško, whoever it might be, we can negotiate a better fee. Obviously, Leipzig didn't want to sell him, whatever the reasons were for this window. But for me, we're in a position where we're fighting potentially for a title. I know Liverpool, they look like they're going to maybe run away with it. They don't look like they're losing a game at the minute. All credit to them. But also the Champions League, so we're fighting on two major fronts here. And we're in a position where we're one attacking injury away from an absolute crisis, really. If Havertz gets injured, we're in a position where we then look at, we're needing to start Trossard, Martinelli and Sterling. Now, you can't tell me, looking at all the business that's been done over January, that a Morata, an Evan Ferguson, and even an Andre Silva who went to Bremen on loan yesterday from Leipzig, these options wouldn't have been players that we could have brought in as depth, attacking competition and almost a bit of a fail-safe if, God forbid, something does happen to Kai Havertz. So I just think it's really negligent from the club. And the January deadline day is becoming like Groundhog Day for Arsenal fans. It's the same every year. That's my take.
Zach, good call. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
indeed.
Zach. Some good points.
Yeah,
he's right. You think about it. No Saka at the moment. Obviously, Jesus out. They are only
it's a big concern for them. Big concern.
It's got to be.
I mean, I understand the other point of view that if you wait till the summer, you're liable to get somebody, of a better quality who will be there for years to come.
But then my argument would be they should probably done it last summer.
Exactly. Manchester United, of course, they signed Patrick Dorgu from Lecce and a couple of teenagers, but that was it. Marcus Rashford.
Where does he play? Is it left back or left sided?
He's left sided. I think he can play left back or left wing back. Let's hear from United fans, see what they made of that. Jonathan is that United fan. Morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Morning, guys. Hope you're well.
Yeah,
very
great,
well, thank you.
Yeah. So what did you make of your transfer window?
Well, the same as about the last 10 transfer windows, another failure. I mean, there's no other word for it. I don't know what the INEOS Brains Trust are doing, but the way I look at it, I understand we may not be able to purchase players at the moment because of financial fair play. But looking at it, we lost Anthony's wages, which I think is circa 200 grand a week, 75% of Rashford, so there's a lot of money there. Now, you've got players like Asensio going Villa, proven quality player. He might not have done well at PSG, but he's won 3 European Cups. Why aren't we in for him on a loan? You know, we're crying out. We've had to play the young lad at a false 10 on Saturday because we've got two useless centre forwards who were spent 105 odd million on. It baffles me. You know, also Martinez, our best defender, is out for another year. Right, so who's going to come in on the left-hand side? Someone may say, sure, but how many games has he played till he gets injured again? So, and then we're going backwards again. I'm not having a go at the manager at all. You know, the manager was bullied into taking his job because he said now or never, when they should have brought him in at the end of the season. So we had a whole summer to implement his style of play. And I really, really don't see the logic of them not bringing anyone in besides who they have. And this new comment, they're now saying, well, we're looking at young players for the future. Well, you know, we keep saying we're Manchester United. Sometimes we have to say we were Manchester United. You know, it's nice to have young players coming forward, but you need proven players, experience to get you up where you need to belong. And they're not doing that.
Jonathan, thank you very much indeed.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.